and welcome to the 2020 Lights Camera Greenfield Film Competition. Thank you for tuning in to this virtual kickoff. We are expecting, we are excited to be doing this film competition. We're doing it a little bit different this year for obvious reasons. This is all virtual. Last year, we had everyone over at the GCTV studios to, be able to meet face to face, ask questions, talk about what we like about making movies. But this year, we're having to stream virtually, and we're gonna have to just talk to you through all the comments on Facebook and YouTube. So if you have any questions or you just want to know, just want to show your support, put a comment in below. My name is Ian Hamilton. I'm the programming coordinator at Greenfield Community Television. I'm also the organizer for this event. And I just want to welcome you, and I want to introduce you to the rest of the staff at GCTV. And first up will be Nick Ring, our executive director.
Hello. Perhaps you're seeing me now. This is very exciting. I'm glad that we're doing this. Last year was really quite a success. We didn't know what we were going to get, and I'm very pleased that we did so well last year, and we looked at all the challenges of this year and thought, we can do this. And so I'm just so excited that we're doing it. From here, we're going to introduce you to Philippe Simone, who is our production coordinator.
Thank you, Nick, and thank you so much, Ian, for bringing this back once again. This is one of Greenfield's best film events ever, and a lot of people really like this. I'm the production coordinator here. I usually get stuck behind a camera or a board for town meetings, school committee, and we're going to be doing some sports hopefully this fall, this winter actually. But I want to thank everybody on the staff for being so on board with this. I've got a whole new system that I've just learned, and I'm really happy to be learning something that's completely brand new, including buttons that I just pressed. And I'd also like to introduce you to one of our most dynamic members of our staff, Sky Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Oh, thank you, Philippe. That's very nice of you. I'm Sky, and I am office administrator when there's an office to administrate. Otherwise, I'm at home, and I'm on the computer doing all the same things, except for answering phone calls. Nick usually does that. But, yeah, so I have a lot of background in theater, painting, film, all kinds of things. Love art, and so I'm really glad to be back doing this again, because it's a combination of a lot of different art, and we definitely saw really good art last year, and I'm excited to see what art is created this year. So I'm going to throw it back to Ian.
Yes, and as you probably saw in the intro video, those were clips from all of the previous contestants from last year's videos, and we had a lot of fun really watching them, and it really made it hard for trying to judge. So for this year, because of the elephant in the room of social distancing and everyone having to be separate, we're having to make some changes for this competition. One of them being that we're going to ask all of you, just like we are ourselves, to maintain social distancing practices while you're making these movies, which, while it does add a challenge to it, I think it can also open up a lot of creative ways, and that way people can make movies. And
Great.
Using Zoom, social media, the way that people can make cell phones on this.
Nice. Good job for covering that. With really
movies
smooth.
on cell phones is a lot easier now.
Really smooth.
And so this year we're making these adjustments, and we're making them just along the way that you will be as well. So what is Lights Camera Greenfield? Lights Camera Greenfield is a 2-week film competition. What happens is starting right now, every team will have 2 weeks to complete a 4-minute movie, which is one of the changes that we made. We saw 5-minute movies, but what happens if you have a little bit more constrictive when it comes to your editing? And so you'll have 2 weeks to make a 4-minute movie, and it's going to involve prompts that we're going to draw later in this program, and also there's going to be a universal prompt that every team will need to do. And this is just a way to guide a filmmaker and how they can overcome some of these like potentially strange obstacles that come up with filmmaking process. Not only is it hard to make a movie in that short amount of time, but what happens when you have to add a curveball in the last minute. So I guess without further ado, I'll go ahead and just tell you what the universal prompt for everyone is going to be, and that's going to be fall. Not only is it the season of fall, but it is a verb and a noun, and it's got a lot of interesting ways that people can interpret the word fall. And this word needs to be somehow spoken or like very obviously shown on camera, hopefully a little bit more interesting than just showing foliage. We're all seeing foliage now, and as beautiful as it is, we want to really see you scratch that creative itch. In the categories last year I really enjoyed being able to focus on locations within Greenfield, and that was part of the big premise behind this film competition was, you know, getting out and maybe seeing a different part of Greenfield that you may have not seen before. However, as I mentioned before, everything's a little bit different now, and so I don't want to put anyone out in a position that they don't necessarily want to be in, because I want everyone to be safe. So we thought, came up with ideas, came up with good ideas, came up with bad ideas, and we finally settled on a couple of really interesting ideas I think that are going to be good for prompts. And those, there are going to be two categories of those. One category is going to be nouns, and the other one is going to be verbs. Isn't that exciting? We're going back to grammar school. So what we're going to do is, as we're going through this program, we're going to draw 2 nouns for each team and 2 verbs for each team. Whatever those prompts may be, they, if you draw a noun and it needs to be used as a noun, so there are some that, you know, could be a verb or some other form of grammar, but if you draw a word that is a noun, it needs to be used as a noun. Same with verbs. After today and through tomorrow, you will be able to trade out one of your nouns and one of your verbs. We will draw you a new one, and you will have to use that. And you do need to use both nouns and verbs through this in your film. I guess to get through some of the more technical stuff, let's go. All of these films will need to be submitted by October 19th by midnight. So you have, I think it's actually a week and 2 weeks and half a day, if I'm not mistaken. So you actually get a little bit more than 2 weeks to complete your movie. And then we will judge them all. We have a list of criteria that we're going to go through and put your movies through their paces. And we're going to have an award ceremony and screening on October 26th. We're not sure the exact time, but it will probably be about 6:30 or 7, similar to this right now. And if you'd like to see your movies on the big screen, we are, the Greenfield Garden Theater is hosting multiple screenings on October 31st. That's a Saturday. It's Halloween, so why not start the wonderful holiday by seeing some locally made movies in a movie theater, the way movies were meant to be seen. One thing we're also doing is, because it's a Monday and sometimes people are a little slow getting the week going, we are leaving registrations open and through tomorrow. So if you know of anyone who just kept putting it off and just didn't want to do it, or you're just finding out about this right now, you can have people register through tomorrow and they can still be part of the competition. Really just the penalty is that they signed up a day late. So we'll draw prompts for them whenever they sign up, and we'll get them going. We do have some limited equipment available for loans. We have cameras, we have some audio equipment and lights, but because of the safety of not only you but for our staff as well, we are asking that you let us know as soon as possible if you think you might even need some of this equipment, because we need to make sure that everyone gets covered, everything gets cleaned, and everything is done properly so we don't get anyone sick. during this, because that would be an awful way to end this festival. So please let us know as soon as you can. We also have a couple of computers in our offices that are spaced out for social distancing that you can come sign up for on an appointment basis, and come in, and we can teach you how to edit if you don't already know, or at least get you going. So once you're starting, you can just take it over from there. We also have compiled a list of resources. It has a list of websites that offer free stock footage, free music, and free editing programs, whether it's for Mac, Windows, Android, or iOS. There's some really good programs out there, and believe me, I've gone through my fair share, and I've at least checked these out enough to see if they work. And all of them are free, but most of them do have a pay wall, but you should be able to edit your movie together with just the free versions. The GCTV staff will also be available for remote assistance. If you have questions on, if you are editing from home and you're stuck on something, we can be available to help you out. If you just want to email the lcg@gctv.org email address, or just ian@gctv.org, we can set you up with an appointment with one of our staff members to help you through whatever you're trying to figure out. I guess that might be about it. Nick, can you think of anything else? No? Nick? Okay, I guess not.
Sorry.
I guess he thought I did such a good job, he doesn't know to chime in. So without further ado, we are going to draw some prompts. So let's get that ready. We've got these handy dandy wheels. This one here on the top is going to draw each team's noun prompts. And this one on the bottom here is going to draw everyone's verb prompts. So we are going to get started with, let's pull the teams up. Okay, first we are going to start with Lost Woods Productions. Lost Woods Productions. So your first noun prompt is going to be number 20, which is lasagna. So maybe you have an orange cat and you can make a live action Garfield movie. We're gonna see. So lasagna is your first noun prompt. And your second one is going to be 63, which is a soccer ball. So maybe you kick a soccer ball and make a messy lasagna, who knows? So for your first verb prompt, 13, eradicate. You must eradicate something. And your second verb prompt, 36, which is cut. That's simple enough. You have to eradicate and cut something.
I'm good.
To be local bias production, Drew Hutchinson. Drew Hutchinson, he took part last year, made a really fun film, had his son in it. I think he got a couple cameos in that intro video in the beginning. So let's see what Drew's first noun is going to be. Number 8, candy maker. You have to have a candy maker. And for the second prompt,
Philippe, if you can just tell me when I'm on and off screen, that'd be helpful.
Philippe, if you can just tell me when I'm on and off screen, which is lettuce. So lettuce? You've got a candy maker who really is craving some lettuce. I see. All right. And your first verb is going to be 32, which is, oh wait, no, that was a noun. The verb is going to be, that's too bad. I was really looking forward to a 32. 79, which is order. You gotta order someone around. Or make an order, who knows? And your second verb is mail. Mail, M-A-I-L. Let's support you. And let's see, next team is, there we go. Girl Scout Troop 64792, which again, another return participant, which probably a good thing for us. If people are willing to come back and make movies, they must have had a lot of fun. So your first noun, Girl Scout Troop, is 68, which is a pun. You need a pun. Something tells me Girl Scouts will be able to come up with some good puns. And your second noun is 17. A flamingo. I saw some actually scary looking flamingos outside of Goodies, if you need a good tip. There were some Halloween looking flamingos. All right, and your first verb is the Girl Scout Troop 64792, 31. Call. You've got to call. And verb number 2 is 22. Capture. You've got to capture. Maybe you're capturing. I don't know. All right, and our next team is Brain Pain Productions. Let's see. Brain Pain. Our first noun is 26. 26, where are you? You are vitamins. Get some vitamins, get healthy, social distance. Can't go wrong with that. And your second noun is 73. You need a hedge. You need a hedge, not a shrubbery, but a hedge. There is a difference. All right, and your first verb is 6. Smack. You've got to smack. And number 61 for your second verb is kick. You got a smack and a kick. And remember, if you want to change out one of your verbs or nouns, you are able to do that. Just email us. We'll pick you a new one. But remember, you do need to use both nouns and both verbs while doing this.
We just finished Brain Pain. Now we're going on to GHS.
Yeah, that was the example we did earlier. The thing that Luke just said.
Sorry, I thought we were on.
Next team is GHS AV Club. And so we got some high school students, it looks like. And your first noun is going to be...
Yeah, that was wrong. That was the wrong thing, guys. Those were not the correct...
Headphones. Number 5, your noun is headphones.
We just showed the wrong thing, because that was the example that we did.
Well, I know. I think we covered that.
And your second noun is 11, which is perfume. Perfume. Be interesting. So let's see what your verbs are. I don't think you'll be so lucky to get spray in there. First verb is 74, which is harvest, very fall-like. And your second verb is 57, mimic. Your second verb is mimic, so you need to mimic a harvest, if you will. All right, and the next team is Greenfield Movie Club. Greenfield Movie Club. And your first noun is 76. Milk. You've got to have some milk in your movie. And for the second noun, number 1, goat. That works really well for you, I think, but we'll see. Let's see how creative you can get with goat and milk. So for your first verb, number 20, which is grow. It is grow. So something needs to grow. And for your second verb, 55, write. W-R-I-T-E, write. All right, our next team is, that was Greenfield Movie Club. Our next team is 33 Unicorns, who was actually our winner last year for the 2019 Lights Camera Greenfield. So let's see what Edmund's first noun is. Number 74, tree. Tree. I think you can find a tree here or there. So let's see what your second noun is. Number 75, a pastry. Maybe a pastry tree. Who wouldn't want to find one of those? And for your first verb, number 71, extend. 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 So let's see what your second verb is. Number 52, load. You've got to load and extend. All right. Next team is EVX Productions. So we're going to draw your first noun. Number 79, a teapot. A little teapot. Or a big teapot, who knows? Number 67 is your second noun, and that's a dancer. A dancer. And your first verb is going to be number 25, sing. You've got to sing. Don't worry about having a bad voice. I have a terrible voice when it comes to singing, so couldn't be any worse than mine. And for your second verb, number 12, hover. You've got to hover while you sing. All right. And our next team is Zen Zero Films, who looks like it's Jaden. Jaden's made some great stuff for us at GCTV and participated last year as well. Made a really fun movie with some voodoo in it. So let's see what kind of stuff he's going to have to include in this movie. Number 15, his first noun is a blanket. Blanket. And his second noun is going to be number 10, a brush. A brush and a blanket. Someone's going to have a very cozy movie, it seems like. And what's your verb? Oh, and that's also a noun, so not a verb. So it just has to be a brush. Don't even actually have to brush. So let's see what a verb you're going to get. Number 7, you need to plant something. Plant is the verb. And your second verb is number 26, eavesdrop. You need to eavesdrop while you plant. All right. And now the next team is The Team from Malachi, who was an honorable mention last year for his film Mask.
What happened to Lost Woods?
So their first noun is number 22.
They have lasagna.
Gymnast. Gymnast is your first noun. And your second noun is number 29, which is a detective. So you need a gymnast detective. And for the team's first verb, it's number 68. Pick. You need to pick something. And your second verb is number 9, drink. Second verb is drink, so you need to pick and drink.
Oh, shit.
All right, and our last team is team 126. We're going to draw your first noun. Number 9 is a painter. You need a painter. And your second noun is number 54, an uncle painter. But let's get creative. I think you can do more. I think you can do more than that. So for your first verb, number 5, swing. You need to swing something. Or swing dance. I'll take that. Get creative with it. And your second verb is number 46, click. You need to click on something.
Or with something.
All right, so those are the teams that we have signed up for now. And like I said, if you know of anyone who wants to sign up, please let them know. We're going to be keeping registration open through tomorrow. And if you want to trade out one of your nouns and one of your verb prompts, please let us know. We'll pick new ones for you. And let me check just to make sure there aren't any comments that we need to see. Oh, good old Edmund's there. And okay, Scott, do you see any questions or comments that we need to address? No?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we do. Erica D asks on YouTube, are team prompts like the universal prompt in that they can be used visually, be spoken, etc.?
Yes. Try to make it as obvious as can, so it helps to either say the word, just fall somewhere in there, or clearly show some form of action, or if you're, I would suggest if you're going to use the season, try to make it a part of the story. But realistically, the universal prompt is up for you to use however you would like to. Just, we always say, the more creative, the better, but we need to also be able to see it. Last year, we had some very creative ways people used their prompts, but the way that we viewed them, they were almost too subtle, and we didn't notice until after the fact. And so that's about it. You can use it however you want and be creative however you want to. That's why we chose fall. Not only is it the middle of fall, but also it's a verb, a noun, kind of the complete package when it comes to the prompts that we were using this year. That was a very good question. Thank you. Any other, Sky?
I remember to unmute Sky if she talks.
No, there's no more.
Okay.
That was it.
All right. Nick, can you think of anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Well, I guess that's the beginning of the 2020 Lights Camera Greenfield. Please let us know how we look forward to seeing what movies you create, and if you have any questions, please let us know. We are going to be sending out an email to each team with the info sheet that we have, resource list, and your prompts, so you have easy access to them through your email. So look out for those. We'll be sending those out tomorrow. And I think that's it. So thank you all for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing your movies and get more people to sign up, because the more movies we have, the more fun it'll be. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what you all come up with.
All right, let's do a quick run through. First up, we've got Lost Woods Productions with the nouns of lasagna and soccer ball, the verbs eradicate and cut. For Local Bias Productions, we've got the nouns of candy maker and lettuce, and the verbs order and mail. For Girl Scout Troop 64792, we have the nouns of pun and flamingo. For verbs, we have call and capture. For Brain Pain Productions, we've got vitamins and hedge as nouns, and for verbs, smack and kick. For GHS AV Club, we have nouns of headphones and perfume, harvest and mimic. For Greenfield Movie Club, we have the nouns of milk and goat, and the verbs of grow and write. For 33 Unicorns, the nouns are tree and pastry, and the verbs are extend and load. For EVX Productions, we have teapot and dancer as our nouns. And for verbs, we have sing and hover. For Zen Zero Films, for nouns, we have blanket and brush, and the verbs are plant and eavesdrop. For the team, the nouns are gymnast and detective, and the verbs are pick and drink. And finally, for Team 126, we have nouns painter and uncle, and verbs swing and quick.
Thank you for watching, and thank you for participating. We'll look forward to seeing your movies on the 19th, and for the awards ceremony and screening virtually on the 26th. So look out for that. And with that, we're